welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another episode where I am today in Snowdonia. I'm in North Wales. You can hear a bit of noise in the background, but I hope you'll excuse it because it's this. Come and have a little look. Waterfalls, we've got such beautiful scenery over here. Meadow Sequoia is one of the most beautiful parts of Wales. Come and have a look at this view over here. Look at that, that's absolutely stunning. The reason I'm doing today's video is because I wanted to do one around why I genuinely believe that stomping or going out for a walk can change your life. It changed my life and it really improved my mental health, my physical health, my outlook, my positivity. So in this video I hope I can inspire you to get outside, whether you have nature like this on your doorstep or whether you're like me and you live in central London, you need to find those bits of nature. I hope this video can be inspiring. So thanks so much for watching. We're going to go and climb up some rocks and get on a nice path. Come on, let's wander. And Holly's got to be really careful because we don't want her falling over. Right, so we have navigated safely those rocks. Holly, you alright?
All good.
Oh, it was good fun, wasn't it? I love it. I love a bit of a challenge. Actually, the analogy almost we were talking about then is that you look like, oh my gosh, it's quite difficult to get up there. But if you focus on each step from rock to rock, you get to your kind of destination. I know that sounds maybe a bit cheesy, but quite like that. Anyway, this video is going to be really focused on why I genuinely believe that getting out and stomping each day, walking each day can change your life, because it did for me. Now, I'd caveat and say that before everyone goes, oh, you know, walking is not going to cure mental illnesses, etc. Yes, that's fine. I agree that you cannot say that walking is the treatment to all mental illness. Absolutely not. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is that it's a key component to good well-being, happiness and health. So regardless of whether you have mental illness or not, I think it's an amazing component of your life. And I think it's important because the more I speak to people with lived experience of mental illness and the more I speak to experts, the more I realise is that the things we do each day, like getting outside, getting moving, getting walking, are the things that really matter. Of course, treatment in terms of medication, therapy and other treatments are important, but if you're not doing the fundamentals of each day in terms of your well-being, in terms of what we need as human beings, that's just kind of pointless. I'm being completely honest with you, and as someone who's got anxiety, that takes medication, that has therapy, if I just take meds and just do my therapy and I don't engage with any of the aspects of my well-being and look at my lifestyle and make those improvements, it's a waste of time. When I've made a commitment and had a disciplined approach to my well-being, it's made a huge difference. It's a game changer. So I'm going to chat to you a little bit while on this walk. You can see how beautiful it is. I mean, it is gorgeous, Holly, isn't it? If you look out here,
nice.
It's absolutely beautiful. I think I'll start this story. It's always good to start a story at the beginning. So when I was at medical school, I really got myself into a right state. I really started to struggle with my own mental health, and I couldn't recognise why I was feeling so awful. I was a fourth year medic. I should have known all about health and well-being, but I was like, God, I don't feel right. I stopped sleeping well, I wasn't eating well, I wasn't going outside, wasn't meeting friends, I wasn't really doing anything. My grades suffered, and I kept quiet, didn't talk to anyone. I got worse and worse and worse, and then eventually I said to my mum, and this big outpouring of tears and being upset, I said, Mum, listen, I just feel awful. And she said, Alex, you've got to look at your life and think, are you doing anything that's conducive to being happy? And it was a really powerful statement for me, and it was like a light bulb moment. I was like, she's right, you know, I'm not. And we made a plan to basically get me out every morning, going outside for a walk, going to bed at a consistent time, getting up at a consistent time, planning some exercise, cooking my own meals, planning a human connection, all right, with people. And that changed my life, honestly, and I've kept up those habits ever since. I have a rule, and it requires discipline. I get up in the morning, I have a shower, I have a coffee, and I go for a walk, and I do that every morning. And it's almost without thinking. It's like you don't have a thought process from brushing your teeth. Usually you get up and you have a shower, you brush your teeth. It's just, there's not like a, shall I brush my teeth today? Should I brush my teeth? We are learning so much from science right now in terms of why this is so important. One of the first things, if you go back to what humans are designed to do, or we're learning so much now in terms of science and evidence as to how powerful getting out in the morning for a walk really is. So if you think about it, and you go back to the caveman times, we would basically go out through the day, hunting, gathering, whatever, and we'd go back into the cave at night, we'd have a fire, go back into the cave, have low light, go to sleep. But in the morning, you come out of the cave. When you come out of the cave, it stimulates that kind of circadian rhythm. So it sets almost a 0 clock on your circadian rhythm with your melatonin cycle and so on. And this is so important because it tells your brain this is morning, and 12 to 15 hours later, it's going to be time to go to bed and sleep. So believe it or not, your morning walk is actually going to help you sleep at night. A lot of people don't realise that. If you get out of bed and you go straight to your desk, you jump on a tube and you go straight to work and you don't get any natural light, your brain doesn't know what's going on. Walking around now and I'm looking around me and I can see the beautiful trees, the plants, the greenery, the birds are singing. This is triggering off such a subconscious and such a powerful subconscious and positive reaction to the world. Human beings are supposed to be connected to nature. Now, I will tell you something, one of the biggest causes of anxiety and worry in adults is financial stress, yes. The second biggest, in a massive survey that's been done recently, is climate change. Now, often we don't walk around thinking, oh, climate change, but there is a deep sense of unease and anxiety that sits within us when there is this troubled worry about the world and what's going to happen to us. Human beings are not separate from nature. We are a part of nature, we're part of this whole cycle. We're part of this ecosystem, and so we need to feel that sense of connection. And the problem is with the modern world is so much of the modern world is dragging us away from that. So again, if you think about it, we go to bed at night, we've got artificial lights on, we've got phones, things that are triggering dopamine in our brains in a really artificial way. We get up in the morning, we sit straight down on the laptop, more light, in a box, no natural light. It's just so far from what human beings are designed to do. And I think one of the biggest things when we look at mental health, and particularly when it comes to good mental health, the things that kind of really help in terms of keeping us feeling good, feeling positive, happy and well, is engaging with the fundamentals and basics of what human beings need. So if you go back to it again, we all need to have a sense of purpose and passion. We need to have a natural light, being outside, connection with nature. We all need to have a good sense of human connection, not always online or social media, human connection. We also need to feel that we know our place in society, what it is that we're trying to achieve, what we're trying to do, and that sense of fulfillment that we get. So having a think about how walking can benefit, it can tick so many of those boxes. It gets you offline, gets you outside, it gets you moving, gets you exercising. It's a great way to be with a friend, meet someone for coffee for a walk in the morning and have that good connection. When we're walking, when human beings walk, they open up so much more. There's been studies done showing that if you sit two people down face to face and ask them to talk about difficult things like mental health or struggles or worries, you'll find that that conversation can be quite difficult at times. Get people walking and all of a sudden people will talk about things they never even thought they would open up about. So it's another great way to not only be in nature and move and all those benefits, but to actually really connect with people on a meaningful human level. I mean, look at this. Look at this around here. It's incredible. Obviously we're filming this video today for YouTube, for you guys, but Holly and I have been out walking, we've got Abby here as well, and it feels great, doesn't it? We got up this morning nice and early, got out for a walk, and we're just like, this is amazing. This is a sense of connection that you want with the world. And I think it's important because so many of us have lost that connection. I go back to the point and I hammer it home because I think it's so important to say, you are not supposed to be on your phone for 5-6 hours a day. That's not what human beings are designed to do. It is one of the biggest threats to our own well-being and happiness is being logged on your phone all the time. Exposing yourself to so much information, overload of information, whether it's positive or negative, false connections in many ways, kind of seeing things and comparing our lives. One of the biggest problems in the modern world is that we're comparing so much. Humans compare, that's just what they do. Humans compare. For myself to others, success, how you look, what you're doing, what the family's like, what Christmas Day is like, whatever it is. When you put your phone down and you're outside in space like this, none of that really matters. So I hope I've convinced you why it's so important to get out walking. And then the next question, I guess, is how, and how do you maintain discipline? And it's a really important thing to think about. And I was talking actually with Joe Wicks about this, that's kind of why we're up here filming. You'll see that in a separate bit of content. But it's that point of motivation versus discipline. For me, motivation is a really poor way to make yourself do stuff. Motivation wanes. Look at January and New Year's. How many people who commit to things via motivation in January actually stick to it by February? Very few. And so discipline is much better. So getting yourself in the mindset of, I am going to go for a walk every morning. That's just what I'm doing. Not, I need to be motivated, come on, let's go for the walk. It's like, I'm going for a walk. Every morning, you set your alarm, you get out of bed, have your shower, have your coffee, whatever it is, and you go for your walk. And I maintain that discipline, rain or shine, I maintain that discipline. Now, people might say, oh gosh, yeah, but I've not got this beautiful surrounding, etc. Well, I get that completely. I live in an inner city as well, but you can always find glimpses of nature and places to walk. And really, whether it's 10, 15, 20 minutes, all of it counts. You know, even if you look at things like people talk about calories and stuff like that, I'm not going to go into a whole pothole of around calories, whether it's good to count them on bad or whether it's good to think about calories at all. But if you are thinking about calories, you know, in terms of exercise, walking's brilliant. You know, a HIIT session, fine, burns 200-300 calories. You go walking for half an hour, 40 minutes, so many calories you burn, it's a lot. So it's a great way to get your heart going, to burn some calories, to get moving, and really it just requires that sense of discipline each day. So I was thinking, how can I help people getting outside, getting stomping more? And I came up with an idea of starting a stomp cast. So it's a new podcast called the Stomp Cast. You'll see the artwork popping up now. Basically what I'm doing, so I'm making episodes that are 60 minutes long, and they're in 3 parts, 3 20-minute chunks. So people can start the episode on Monday, do 20 minutes on Wednesday, 20 minutes on Friday. I'm gonna have amazing guests each week joining me, from Vicky Patterson to people like Joe Wicks, to there's so many people that are going to join me, from people that are very famous for specific things, or other people that maybe not known but done incredible things that I think will inspire you. And the idea is that I want to be a friend in your ears while you're out stomping. So if you think, right, gosh, you know, how long do I walk for, how do I get going? You'll have 3 parts each week, 20-minute walk each time, and that's a really great place to start. So I hope you subscribe to the podcast. It'll be on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you find your podcasts and things, and I'm just really excited to start it. So this video will go out, it'll start in a few weeks after that. So keep an eye, follow the Instagram as well, that'll pop up on, and the TikTok will be showing clips and things from that, social content from those walks and things as well. Anyway, I hope this video has been useful. You know, guys, again, I'll say to you, please, 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 if you don't walk regularly, if you don't go outside every day for a 15-20 minute walk, give it a try and commit to it. It's not just one walk, it's consistency and discipline over many weeks, and you'll feel so, so different. I promise you. Anyway, lots of love. Thanks so much for watching the video. I hope it's useful. Again, jump in the comments if there's more questions about this, if there's triggered thoughts, if there's topics you're going to discuss, debate, think about, jump in the comments. Please share these videos as well. Please like them. It really helps in terms of algorithms. YouTube is really difficult at this moment with algorithms and things, and we're really trying to make content that's helpful for you guys. As I said before, you know, this is a money-losing activity for me in terms of YouTube, but I love it, and I think it's a great way to educate people. So, as I say, any way you can help, very, very grateful. Take care and goodbye.